try to make this simple. Okay, not simple. I meant to say short. There are three topics I want to briefly talk about. It's order of operations, exponents, and number properties. So order of operations, if I can get something here. I'm making this up as I go along. Okay. So let's take a problem like 25 divided by 5 minus parentheses 4 squared times 2. Okay, simple problem like that. Order of operations says three things. It's parentheses first, okay, exponent seconds, it's addition or subtraction from left to right. Oh, no, it's not. It's multiplication or division. Please remember that, from left to right, and then addition or subtraction from left to right. Okay, so that's always the order. So in a problem like this, you will take care of the parentheses first. So inside the parentheses, everything else stays as they are, because you're not going to do anything, minus, and you know what, I'm going to make this 125. Okay. And actually, I'm going to change that to, instead of 125, I'll make that 225. Okay, so my apologies there. 225. So, inside the parentheses, I have 4 squared and times 2. You can't multiply 4 times 2. You got to take the exponents first. So that's a 16 times 2. I'm not done with my parentheses, so I will still copy everything else. And I'll take care of that now. 16 times 2 is 32. You can leave it in parentheses or you can remove them right now. It's okay. Alright. And now I have a division or subtraction. Well, parentheses, there are no more parentheses. There are no more exponents. There is a multiplication or division. And I'll take care of that first. Okay. And 225 divided by 5, it's going to be 4. Okay. 45. And finally, minus 32, which gives you 13. Okay, so it's parentheses, exponents, multiplication or division, addition or subtraction. I'll do one more at the bottom. Okay, I change colors. All right, so I don't know. Let's do 7 squared. Okay, minus 5 squared divided by 5 times 4 plus 12. I'm just making this up. So here's a problem. Okay, and again, if you want to write parentheses, exponents, multiplication or division, okay, addition or subtraction, you can. Okay, and remember, these two left to right. Okay. And there are no parentheses in this problem, but there's definitely exponents, so let's take care of those two first. So that's 49 minus 25 divided by 5 times 4 plus 12. No more parentheses, no more exponents. Now there's multiplication and division in this particular problem. So in here, you see a division here and a multiplication. Which one should you do first? You will do the one that comes first as you're reading from left to right. And the first one that you see is the division. So if the 49 stays outside because it's not doing anything, and minus, take care of these two guys here. 25 divided by 5 is 5. And I'm going to write times 4 plus 2. Now, I'm going to do my multiplication. Leave 49 outside. Subtraction leave because it's not its turn yet. 5 times 4 is 20. Plus 2. Okay. Now I have a choice between subtraction or addition. Which one do I do first? I do this one first because it comes first. And that's 29. And finally I'll do plus 2, which gives me 31. Okay. So you briefly 2 examples of order of operations as to what you do first, second, third, etc. Follow the order. Okay. Wow, why is this computer so slow? And then, kidding me? Exponents. Okay, what's an exponent? Exponent, it's a short way of expressing repeated multiplication. So let's take a number here. 4, and 4 is called your base, and 3 is your exponent. Okay, another way of writing this is 4 times 4 times 4. So your exponent tells you how many times the base number is being multiplied by itself. Okay, so if you take another one like this, 7 to the 5th, that means 7 times 7 times 7 times 7 times 7. Okay, and vice versa, 7 times 7 times 7 times 7 is the same thing as 7 to the 5th power. Okay, so yeah, there's not much else in terms of exponents. Very, very simple. And we have something called properties. Okay, reviewing, the main properties that you're interested in are the commutative, okay, you have the associative, and you have the distributive. Those are the main properties that you are or worked on this year. Okay, so commutative, it says that when you add or multiply two numbers, 8 times 5, and if you change the order of those two, it gives you the same result. 8 times 5 is 40, and 5 times 8 is also 40. So, commutative property says the order in which two numbers are added or multiplied does not change the sum or product. 4 plus 9. Whether you did 4 plus 9 or 9 plus 4, you get the same answer. So that's basically what your commutative property is. Associative, it's almost the same thing, but it involves more numbers, 3 or more numbers. So 3 plus 4 plus 5, and in this case, you're putting in parentheses. And that basically means that you're taking 3 plus 4 and adding those two together, and then you're taking the sum and adding to 5. But the associative property says that instead of doing 3 plus 4, you could take 4 plus 5. Add those two together and then add to the 3. And you get the same result. And you'll see that it does. So here, 3 plus 4 is 7, plus 5 is 12. On this side, 5 plus 4 is 9, plus 3 is 12, which is the same thing. So it also works for multiplication. So you can get 2 times 4 times 3, and you can put parentheses around 2 and 4, which means you're going to do those two first. It's the same thing as multiplying 2 times parentheses 4 times 3. Okay? The order in which you group them to add or multiply first does not change the sum or product. Okay? Then you have the distributive property. The distributive property says this. Take 3, 4, and 5. Okay? You're distributing, or you're multiplying the number outside times every term inside. So you're taking the 3 and you multiply it to 4 by 4. Then you're adding it to 3, multiplying it to 5. Okay? So that's pretty much, right? I can't think of anything else that involves the questions that you're doing today. Okay? Oh, another use for distributive property, besides this example that you just saw, is something like this. 7 times 44. One way of using distributive property for a scenario like this is to break up and do this. You can do 7 times, and you break 44 into 40 and 4. Okay, so instead of multiplying 7 times 44, you're going to multiply 7 times the sum of 40 and 4, which is the same thing, and then do the distributive property. Okay. Yeah, that's it. It's a very short video because there's not much else to talk about these three things. Okay, I'll post one with the answers to the questions later.